I used to come home from work and the first thing I would do would be to scroll brain rot on TikTok, IG, YouTube Shorts, and whatever else I could find for literal hours on end. And the weird part is I never felt good afterwards. It always left me feeling just weird and disgusted with myself and spaced out. And this was daily. This was going on every single day for I don't even know how long, but it took a while to change. But it took some serious damage to my mental health and my schedule and who I was to change that in the first place. I felt brainless. I felt foggy and I felt unfulfilled because every single day I would literally just scroll. And it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. It's like we all still scroll. Like, I still do too. But if that's the only thing you're doing, like on your phone, you might be cooked, to be honest. Because for me, I was always left just in the same spot as I was before. But 3 hours have gone by and nothing happened. Look, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you know how it is. We've all been there. And if you're in that same position, if you feel like you're scrolling or whatever, you're on your phone and you're like, man, I wish I was doing something more productive, or you feel a bit just weird and you want to make better use of your time, then this video might be beneficial for you. The turning point for me was literally just one day I was scrolling and I realized, what if I just did the opposite instead of consuming and I started creating? So I basically did that and one other thing, which was literally to touch grass. I literally did these two things simultaneously and everything changed. To be more specific, I literally just one day chose to just start creating. I literally had no plan at all, just like I'm doing on this YouTube channel. I don't even have a script right now. I'm literally just recording here in the forest, and I don't even have a proper mic or camera or anything. I just got a new phone, so it's actually pretty clean, the quality, but I literally just started creating with no plan, no script, no future videos booked or whatever. I had zero. I literally just got outside. One of the creators I watched all the time, which I still do, he makes nature content, short clips or whatever. My content is the exact same as his, but obviously in a different environment. And I just went out there and I started doing it. And at first, I won't lie, it's embarrassing. And even right now, like it's embarrassing, but I don't care anymore because I've done this for so long now. Well, not really. I've been doing it for 8 months, but I'll get to that. But I just started doing it, and after a few days or weeks have gone by, I wasn't really getting many views, but I realized it's not really about the views. It's more of being more involved in my own life, and making my own decisions and doing my own things on my own terms more than I was before. And I found myself really looking forward to just getting off work and starting to create content, and then throughout the day, on my breaks, at lunch or whatever, if I'm sitting on my desk, I didn't have much work to do, instead of just scrolling, I would interact with people, like even if there's a few people, like there still are like just a few people on my channels that interact with me, and like I do it every single day. It's like it's super fulfilling, and I love that that I can be there and change some people's perspectives, and at least they can enjoy my content, like, because we all have to have our own time to enjoy someone's content, you know what I mean? Like, we have to consume. Like, I'm not one of those guys that's going to tell you to, like, yeah, get hard and be super disciplined, don't consume or whatever. Nah, like, because bro, I can't do that. But we all need someone, you know what I mean? And if you can become that someone for somebody else, I'm telling you, that feeling is crazy. And it's really fulfilling compared to just scrolling for hours. Like, you can't even compare it. Once you see both of them, you really appreciate things a lot more once you see both of them. And that's why I highly recommend, if you're really just scrolling and you're tired or whatever, just go and record something. I'm telling you right now. And that brings me to my next point. What's really beneficial about creating is that whatever you're creating on also gives you more time. Like, it gives you an excuse to focus on whatever you're recording on. So for example, for me, I record in the nature, you know what I mean? Like, I'm outside for my videos, for my reels, for my long form, everything I'm outside for. And as a result, you know, by extension, I'm gonna be outside more because I'm recording, you know. And it's never bad to be outside. I know it gets pretty extreme here. For example, like, it goes down to like minus 50 Celsius a few days of the year. Like, it's very cold here, but so obviously, like, there's exceptions. But the majority of the time, it's always good to go outside. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's just for a few minutes, and that really benefited me. So, you know, applying this to something else, like, let's say you were recording videos on, let's say, you know, editing software, playing a musical instrument, learning a new language, right? Whatever niche you're recording, you will get better at it. You will do it more, and it's probably good for you, unless you're like recording yourself smoking or something. But you get what I mean, right? So that tied together with the fulfillment and, you know, the impact you make on people's lives is the sole reason why you should start creating and stop consuming. I think for me, honestly, if I had to conclude this somewhere, is that when you're scrolling, you feel super passive. And when you're passive, you know, life goes by and you regret a bunch of things. But when you're creating, you are actually controlling your own life. You're more involved in your own life. And that is exactly why you should start creating and stop consuming so much. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. That's all I had for today. See ya.